What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. So, time and time again, we have seen diversity and inclusion used to insert some pretty hilarious, if you actually know what's going on and looking at it, some pretty hilariously tone deaf things. The best of which, to me, is still the trans flag for the bullet in the magazines of Call of Duty. That is just stunningly full and of lack of self-awareness, but we have got what has to be right up there now with this one. Alleged Rainbow Six Siege leak reveals wheelchair-bound operator. And I shit you not, this happened yesterday. Here it is right here. You can't make this up. This is the Professor X update coming out, but this is how we, so shout out to Jonathan Grant. Make sure to go over there, give him a like and a sub. But there you go. Roll out. This DLC is roll out. Full on wheelchair, and I guess they're gonna be manning bots or something like that, some sort of drone thing. It's from Ubisoft, so that should tell you all you need to know. Coming out in year 9, season 3, Operation Twin Shells. So you see here, though, it's not surprising, of course, because they've done multiple stories. Remember Black Yasuke? Yasuke in the Japanese Assassin's Creed. Diversity, inclusion, accessibility, that has been a big thing. You can see here the vice president of global diversity and inclusion, because that's a fucking job that he probably makes 100,000 plus a year for. We will not accomplish all of these goals overnight, just as it takes years of iteration to develop a AAA title that we should all be not buying for 2 years because we're on strike. Remember, we will only become a more diverse and inclusive company by continuously improving, trying new ideas, and learning from the results. It's a long-term commitment that they're now losing ground on as more and more people realize it's not financially viable and they try to course correct. Ubisoft clearly isn't. Blah, 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 blah. Basically saying that they're going to continue down. And yeah, they doubled down because they added a trans character here with Osa, not Osha, but Osa. It's okay, Osa. She found herself isolated due to her unorthodox approach and others' attitudes towards her transition, so she focused on her work. Writer Simon over here from GameSpot confirming that Osa is indeed male character presenting as a woman. Said the decision to create a transgender character was made early on as part of our initiative to have an inclusive roster of operators. There's a 42% chance that this character will or on purpose shoot themselves for reasons. Anyway, Minecraft. The consultants, all of whom are trans people, that makes sense, wanted to make sure that Osa was presented as authentically and organically as possible. Well, that number makes sense. She was written by a queer person and she is voiced by a trans woman. And while her identity is certainly influenced by her gender, who she is in the Siege universe is centered on her talents, her influence on Nighthaven, and her close friendship to Kali, Jesus H. Christ. So when they add wheelchair, by the way, don't forget they also had a bi character, even if you didn't know. Pulse is bi, has been since launch. Don't know why people don't know this. He's biracial and bisexual, and he flirts with you when he heals with you. That's the fun part for me, is that he flirts with you inappropriately while he heals you. How do I know? I wrote him. This is Lauren Stone. He was the first character I wrote in game. Yes, the CD, indie, and EP approved. Pulse being bi is canon. And then people go, really? Is it in his bio? And she goes, well, that he was biracial was in his original bio, but I couldn't put that he was bisexual in the 2015 one. Sure. So I used coded language to introduce a bi character and then backed it up with his scripts. Thank you for saying the quiet part out loud, because that's what they do. Getting back to wheelchair operator, it was, of course, immediately memed on by all the people. See here, Ricky Burt's coming out showing what that new operator probably is going to play like. Stunning and brave, Ricky. Stunning and brave. We do appreciate you. You can see here someone showing what it might look like. Like, oh yeah, let's go for this. Just mowing them down. I mean, that might actually be more viable. And then others that actually just captured the outright that, yeah, this is not a fake. This is a leak. There you go. What an absolute disrespect to the combat vets who really have lost legs or limb or function and have to be in a wheelchair, to be doled out on a virtue signal. Oof. And not the first to do that. I wanted to end here showing that Spider-Man, of course, this is Spider-Man with a wheelchair strapped to her back. She swings around, and then, of course, wears around a gay pride flag as clothing, because as you do. And also wheelchair bound female Black Sentry, the Kim Belair special in the comics. Nothing new here, folks. Business as usual. Let them keep doing it. Obviously, it's not financially viable, which they're learning themselves. And there's nothing else to do but laugh and mock, not at people in wheelchairs, but it's certainly this gross appeasement or pander to them. And yes, shout out to those of wheelchairs in the chat who were roasting this with us the other day. I mean, it's just, what are you going to do? What are you going to do other than say we reject this? I'm Puerto Rican, by the way, and I reject Miles Morales as my representation. I already had a Spider-Man. It was Peter Parker. So the vast majority of the people that they're aiming this at are saying, no, we were fine the way it was. Anyway, let me know what you think of all this. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And,
well, bye.